Everyone. Well, you know what, guys? We're here. L the Alchemist here with JS, MF, and Garrett. How you doing tonight, bro? Honestly, phenomenal. Really phenomenal. We've been just conversating about the things coming up from the boot camp to ideas about a group bright coming up between you, me, and EA, and even just the radionics. Our conversations, that we can't even say anything because they're really off the world planet, bro. And I'm just so appreciative of just all of our combined efforts, just bringing about all the information we can out for the viewers. So it's awesome, man. Me too. And that's the best part about these path workings, bro. The synchronicities are never the same. It's always something complete. It's now for something completely different, as Monty Python would say. But I did want to make sure we announced to everyone that next Sunday is our last radionic class till June, because we've been working to get the final touches onto the radionic course that will come out later this year through Become a Living God. So if you want to get in that and get that 20% off and be able to ask us any of your questions, be sure to sign up for that. And we hope to see you there. But yeah, dude, we were discussing the group right, and we just needed to honestly hit go and kind of just talking about that was all I can say is that's the Sopranos, dude. I was watching the Sopranos. Got Tony over here. Oh man, but Tony Soprano. So we were just chatting about, here we go. I don't want to foul us over here. I don't need to change where the lights at. We were talking about, yeah, no fallacies on this channel, JS. No fallacy. Okay. So we were talking about this kind of a group, right? When you, me, and EA come together, because Nina had and a few others have brought up, like, why, you guys are all going together, coming together for the boot camp, so why wouldn't you add on a group, right? And we were kind of discussing possibly something with the nine demonic gatekeepers and all that, but you had come up with a right you had done before, the triple R, and I just wanted, like, when we started discussing about that and the details of that, it just sounded like the right thing for the right, especially for the right time when we're living in right now, with just basically the truths being shown, and the retribution is occurring to the evil ones that are inside of our lives, as well as the hierarchy. And for this to just be like a ripple to really break the chains of any oppression of being attacked, and whether that's spiritual or something happened in the physical. And I just thought it was an awesome idea, man. And yeah, please expound upon, like, just the principle, what you did in the last right. Yeah. That's his camera went out, but that's basically the metaphor of what's gonna happen. Is if you do it for the wrong reason, you'll be. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. All right. So it says it should be right. It should be good right now. I'll check this
Y'all
one.
let me know when y'all can hear me,
All right.
guys
Can
in
you
the chat.
hear him now?
Yeah, like JD just texted me and called me and said I have no sound. So I guess we've been fucking around this whole time with no sound.
God, dude, this freaking sound on this stuff, man. All right. Yeah. Everyone, let me know if there's sound coming through now. Um.
Can you type and ask people in the chat if they can hear us yet or hear both of
It says I can
us? I think
hear.
they've been able to hear you, but not me. Like
Okay,
I think
I can
my
hear now, guys. Thank you. Like seriously, thank all of you. I'm gonna have to cut this, not now, but re-upload it. You guys are seriously the best. Like, thank you so much. I figured out the situation, man. I thought yours was collab one, collab two, whatever. Honestly, y'all. So what are we doing for the group? Right? It is a right to be able to exercise any of the things thrown your way or anything that is holding you back, and that retribution. So go on, JS, about what you're talking along the lines of what it was that made you think about that right and sparked you to think about that.
All right. Well, I mean, we kind of have to start over with the conversation to like go back to the beginning of that, which
Yeah, you're
I mean,
right.
just to cover it really quick, we were discussing a right that we could do. Nina had the idea. She's like, since all three of you are going to be in Utah at the same time doing this boot camp, why don't you guys do like a group ritual? That everyone can throw their name in if they want to, and as well as participate in, and might possibly be able to stream it live on like Odyssey or something like that, so people can participate in real time. I just think that would be a fucking awesome way to really make a ripple in the pond, I guess, for each person involved. And instead of the typical wealth and health and prosperity, right? I was just like, you know what? We've all fucking had a tough time here lately, and the world's in a shitty place. Like let's do this working that I call the triple R, right, for lack of a better name, which is retribution, revenge, and recovery. Because the best way to heal and recover from being victimized is to seek retribution and take revenge upon the person who victimized you, therefore taking back the power that they stole from you and fucking them 9 times harder. And that's exactly what this is designed to do. Therefore, allowing you to heal, knowing that wrong has been more than righted, and it's doing it through legal non-physical means. And if someone's innocent and they did not actually do what they're being accused of, then this right's not going to cause them any harm, because it's simply designed to pull the pain out of another person, amplify it 9 times over, that wrong, that victimization, and then cram it back up their enemy's ass. And the only question I've gotten from people about this that have like booked me to talk about it and whatnot, because I've been doing this type of right for a little while, but not put it on the website yet. Like I'm about to put it on the website, and we might do this as a group right. But it's just like, what if the person's already dead? What if the person that did that to me, has already died or whatever and got away with it, never got punished for it? Can you take revenge on someone after death? Um, no one can definitively answer that, but with proof, I guess, because once someone's dead, I mean, how the fuck do you know what their next life, entails, or the next existence, or wherever that energy that can't be destroyed, it can only be transformed and move in and out of form, whatever goes somewhere else after the physical life. Can you take revenge on a motherfucker after they're dead? I think it's possible. There's no way to prove it. Although all you can go on is like how you feel about it, like after you do it. Like the end result is healing. This is a healing ritual. So after you perform the rite, like if you're able to heal from that after taking back your power, then it fucking worked. And if the person is still alive, then you're gonna get to watch that shit play out pretty quick.
You know, when you talked about like when we were first discussing the nine demonic gatekeepers, the three that popped up when you're speaking about, you know, that is like the intent of the rite is one, I've had written in a document group rite Pazuzu for the past like 4 months. Didn't know where that would be incorporated. But as I've got to know Beelzebub more, and that is another form in which he appears, I was seeing the visualization of like the disgust within, like, you know, from all the toxicity that's occurred because of the wrongdoing that's been on your aura, onto your mind, onto every single thing, that muck that just kind of surrounds, being like pulled out and then placed within the other individual. So it's like a mild exorcism, because it's taking away all those blockages because of that resentment and that hate, and allowing it to be exercised and then pressed within the individual. So then you're able to have that healing from that. And then I was thinking about Asmodee, and one time I was lifting, and I don't know why he appeared and why I was talking about anger. Because I would sometimes try to like go into anger while working out, but it wouldn't work out so well because I could overextend and not think logically. And he says to me, just to being justified with your anger is the only way to use it appropriately, because other wrath, you're causing chaos that's unneeded, versus when it's justified, that's when you can go all out and have no second guesses, no remorse, and going after something full-heartedly. So doing this justified on getting the things that went after you, versus someone broke up with you and you're upset about that and you're just seeking retribution, you know, like it's really a way to be able to have purification of intent, you know, towards this whole operation. And then the last spirit I thought about was Abaddon, and just the whole thought of death and rebirth. And as you're able to once again detach from things that are not good for you, empty your cup, for instance, you're able to then now get the next part of the nectar onto your journey and be reborn again. So I really do think this is some badass ritual, and we will have this up in the next few days, just so we can start getting signups for that and make sure we're 100% ready for the group right. But this really sounds like it's like a spiritually healthy thing to join in on, and I think it's gonna be
Well,
badass.
it's a purging. Um, so the original person that I developed this ritual for, it was a client, but they came to me with a unique situation, something that I didn't have in a catalog. You know, there's like, can
Mm-hmm.
you do a working to help me with this? And I'm just like, oh yes, yes we can. You know, so we performed this spell, and it wasn't even a sacrificial rite. And you know, I'm gonna like film the working and the essentially like a video course teaching people how to do this themselves and put it on my new Patreon that I'm about to drop, because I just can't put shit like this on YouTube. I'll get
Yeah,
canceled.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm making a Patreon, and if you want to see my most hardcore uncensored shit, then that's where I'll be putting it all. No gatekeeping, nothing. But anyway, the woman that I did this right for, you know, like, and I was in contact with her. I was like, all right, we're starting in 30 minutes, you know. And she had instructions, which was simply to like lay down and close her eyes and go into a meditative state and open herself up to what I was about to do energetically. All right. And so the ritual was designed to literally pull the pain and heartache and abuse and suffering that was inflicted upon this person that left scars on her soul. It was to pull that fucking shit out and then cram it up the ass, literally the asshole that did it to her. And so, you know, after the ritual, she messages me like 10 minutes after I closed out the rite and was starting to like clean stuff up, you know. And she was like, "What the fuck did you just do to me?" I was like, well, I thought you know, I mean, I just did the ritual that we talked about, and I filmed it, so you'll get to see it, you know, like that's all we did. And apparently, she said that she felt stabbing pains coming out of her. She said it was like knives stabbing out of her body instead of into her body, and she felt like this sensation. She said she doubled over and was like holding her, like it really fucking physically hurt, is what she said. And she said that lasted for like 10 seconds or whatever, and then she just kind of like passed out and then woke up feeling better. But yeah, dude, that's quite literally energetically what you're trying to do with this is literally pull that pain out. So if somebody buries a knife in your back and we come along and pull it out, that's just going to hurt. So that makes sense, and that like is what really got me paying attention to this whole technique, like where I'll take like their picture and put a specific sigil on it, and then pile up some black salt along with some other implements, and I'll shove 9 needles down in that black salt and then do this whole ritual over that person's picture with that black salt, those 9 needles to pull that shit out of them. And then I take each needle and dip it in a different baneful elixir and then stab it through a little scroll that I've written with a single word on it coated in doom oil, and roast it over the human candle or the phallus candle fetish link that I've made for the person that did what they did. And if they didn't really do it, then I mean, it's not up to me exactly how this plays out. You know, that's why evocation. Yeah. And that's why I feel comfortable doing something like this with evocation versus just a sympathetic rite. Sympathetic rites have no conscience. All right. If you summon an entity that is, you know, justice and say, simply return this 9 times. If there's nothing to return, then nothing's going to happen to him. So my conscience is clear, and so is yours.
Yeah, that's what seems to be so awesome about this. It really is, once again, that metamorphosis that can be on your journey to be able to exhale some shit and be able to feel brand new to be able to go forward with this year and just getting that off your conscious. That's I actually remember when you did this right back then, because there were some people in my life where I was like, you know what, if they're messing with me and giving me some BS, I'm just gonna do this, and then whatever happens, happens, and I can just go forward with my life. If this person's totally fine, then I don't care. Then you know what? I hope the absolute best for them. What's a way for that equivalent exchange of release going on? So everyone, definitely, we'll have that up in the next few days, and yeah, I look forward to this, man. And yeah, let's go ahead and go on to some of the things we're gonna do tonight, which. Actually, let me look over the chat. Let's say hi to everyone really
Yeah, I
quick.
was gonna say, have we got any questions? Because I can't see the chat. So
Yeah,
we got.
and sorry
We got
guys. Like honestly, with being with the chat, like I didn't look at it before, and I apologize. I didn't see
JD
that it wasn't
texted me and
working.
said that him and Sarah are up in here, him and Mothra. So
Yeah.
know you
Okay.
guys are
Here
there.
you go. Okay.
So I know Daniel Best. I know Daniel Best is in there too. He texted me too.
Brad Grand. We got Brad
Brad,
Grand. What's going on? Heather Martin. What's going on? Can't wait to see you at the boot camp. That's gonna be awesome. Dan Best. Absolutely. What's going down, dude? Bradley Daigle. Hey, hey. Yeah. What's going on?
What's up, Bradley?
And JD, thank you again, dude. Like seriously,
What's up,
thank
Jay?
you so much. Definitely, I'll have to talk with you about a few things. You're awesome, man. Thank you.
I mean, JD and I are already plotting the next boot camp that we're all going to do together. we've been talking about it, brainstorming on it for years now. It's just like we're finally just getting the ball rolling. Things are just now getting back to normal, I guess, to where we
Hey,
can.
man. A lot of muck had to be exited to be able to make this beautiful golden age going forward. And not everything's not rocky. I mean, honestly, the tech support with stuff, I appreciate all of you. I'm so thankful to be here to be able to just express all of the new things where we, have been coming out and everything along those lines, and just seeing everyone on their spiritual journey. Like seriously, there's a lot of awesome people here. Linda Rakeley, what's going on?
What's up, Linda?
Sarah
What's up, Earl?
Sawyer, hey, hey, hey. Shaman, man, I'm not seeing you in a while, Shaman. What's going on, dude?
He's yeah, he's always in here, man. Like I won't say his name, but yeah, he's a good
Shaman's
friend
awesome.
and a badass magician. You know who he is.
Shaman's bad. Yeah, dude, Shaman's awesome, man. Sean Borg, what's going on, man?
So, Sean, I don't recognize that name. Are you new viewer, Sean? Do we have any questions in the chat?
Nothing's going on yet. Behemoth
Okay.
X, what's going on, man?
What's up,
Thanks
brother?
for being in here, man.
Yeah,
All
I've
right.
got a video I just filmed. It's actually a review of the work that Behemoth X has done on my behalf and on behalf of my loved ones. I'm gonna, yeah, it's gonna take a minute to process the video, but that'll be coming out soon. Like that is a badass magician and one of the best friends I've ever had. The hell's brother.
Lucifer, how can I join the boot camp? So if you want to go ahead and just right above that jsgarrett.net, it'll be the first thing. 3-day Oasis boot camp. Go ahead and check that out. And if you are really interested, then just hit up the help desk and we'll be able to take you on the next step. So definitely let us know. We
Uh,
haven't had any questions, so let's
I
go ahead and
recommend.
hop in.
I was gonna say I
What's up?
recommend that you send the help desk an email saying that you're interested and that I talk to you first before you sign up for it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So like look it over, make sure it's something you're interested in 100%, then hit up the help desk. Just because it's such a big ticket item, we want to make sure it's the best fit for you and us. So,
Yeah.
um,
Um,
um
yeah.
okay, yeah. So we've had a few rights done that each of us have done for each other, and we're just gonna go back and forth on a few different rights that we've done for each other, and the before and after of them.
Well,
And
I mean, the main reason I want to have this conversation with you is because, like, I really wanted to talk about your Juggernaut right that you've done for me a couple of times now, and that you actually have done for a lot of other people through the website. And it's very similar to the intensity of like the deification right. So I wanted to talk to you about like the craziest experiences that you've had with that and what I got from it. And then I figured it'd be cool to tell some stories too, you know,
yeah, dude, that'd be
answer
awesome.
questions if people have questions. We're just doing this for fun, you know, like we want to get on here at least once a week if we can and just, you know, shoot the shit and interact with people, answer questions.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So, and if there's no questions, we'll just keep going on with that. But everyone, please knock your questions in there. I keep my eye on the chat. But yeah, dude, I honestly hadn't heard anything about what happened besides after I did that right for you. We got off the phone, and I was just really was fired up to be like, I wanted to test out the Juggernaut right without a sacrificial right to it, just because there was a couple different elements and different ways to replace it. Just because the sacrificial part for where I'm at right now, there's a little added thing to it. So, which we're gonna work something out long term. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, what went on? Because I know there's some situations going on, and honestly, the only thing I could think about what helps me out is just that fire of just go go go, like fuck everything else, just go go go, and that to me is like the energy of that ride I feel. But what happened on your end?
All right. So you performed that right for me in a time when I was in a pretty deep depression. The first time, like I just, you know, had like just like one disappointment after another, one heartbreak after another. And, whenever you did it for me, like you told me when you were going to do it and about what time you're going to start. I laid down, and next thing I knew, I was out, and I slept for like I don't know 8-10 hours. Pretty late the next morning, and I just woke up feeling fucking great, dude. I woke up feeling good, and I wasn't like butt hurt or depressed or sad anymore. I was just like motivated, like I had a hot coal between my legs that couldn't wait to fuck the shit out of the world, you know. And I got a lot of physical energy from it too. And so you've done it for me in a couple of different ways, you know, sacrificial and non-sacrificial. And I mean, dude, as far as the level of benefit, I can't hardly tell the difference. Only like the sacrificial version of the right definitely adds like a kick to it. You know, that's
Yeah.
I really still don't even know exactly what you all the things that you do that ritual entails. But you've done it for me a few times. You've done it for several other people that I know. Like, everybody loves it, dude.
Oh, dude. And well, it's there's a couple rights I've really proned in on that like I'm super confident in, just knowing like the before and after of it, and that right to me is truly called the Juggernaut for that reason because you become a force of change, and once you build momentum, everything else starts getting blasted out of the way. And whether that was like get your ass in the gym or go on a run or go do whatever it is, like I have these goals I need to execute during the day, let's get to it, get on it, and kind of get you like in a rhythm of it, so then you can start just kind of holding it in your lifestyle. And yeah, those the spirits I work together with, their synergy of coming together is, it pretty much is, it's like a nectar to me at this point. I just love it so much. Like
Like a
that's something
supple
I
little nipple.
the nectar of the Juggernaut. Do you want to taste?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, can okay, so EA just texted and asked how late we were going to be on. I told him we were going live. He might want to come on here in a few minutes. Are you able to message EA? Because I'm using my phone here, so I have to click
Dude,
off the
yeah,
video.
yeah, yeah, we will.
Yeah, just tell. We'll stay on as late as he fucking wants, man.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'm just happy. I do now know, everyone, how my camera is gonna look better for next time and how to make my sound good. So I'm learning. We're all learning.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Message EA and tell him we'll stay on as late as we need to.
okay, cool. That is awesome. Go ahead and hop on here. Uh,
I just wanted to show this off one more time. It's been a while since I showed that. Can you read that? Does it look right, or is it backwards?
oh,
Shamanic.
that looks good. Shamanic spankings.
Okay,
I
so this
do.
is a paddle. All right, it's like a dominatrix BDSM type paddle that leaves the imprint of the master key on whoever's ass you smack with it, because it's like literally lasered in there. So there's about 100 people walking around with permanent master key imprints on their hiney or the forehead. And this was created for me for my birthday by Novelties by Knox. Find him on Facebook, and he'll make you anything you want. What that I'm looking at, leaning over in the chair. Oh no, no, that's your neck. All right. Hey, bro, I just got a message from a girl saying I'm offline.
Okay, well, I'm sitting
Are
here
we
on.
offline?
No, we're on.
What the fuck does that even mean then? Hang on. It says I'm online.
No, we're good. We're back, dude. Everything's solid. All right, no, go back. Okay,
We're
you guys
back.
can see us. All right, we're back. We're good. Everything's good. Other
Fucking
than you
tech.
guys might see my ass cheeks, I guess, apparently, but that's okay. That
Okay,
happens.
we agreed no nudity before we started this, L. All right, so
Hey, dude,
you know
uh,
you know what? My beer is almost empty. I might just have to give y'all a show.
You know that is definitely true. By the way, whenever he's ready, he's gonna be able to rock in here. So EA is gonna be in here. That's awesome as shit.
Fuck yeah.
Now we're
Yeah.
rocking. Yeah, mine's almost done too. Honestly, I don't. I've not had much beer in the past couple months, and this is my third Guinness, so I might need about four more.
Yeah, I never really got into drinking Guinness, man. Like I like Corona, I like Dos Equis, I like a few other like like Stella, like specialty beers. But I mean, as far as like Bud Light, and I never liked Bud Light even before Dylan Mulvaney. You know, I tried to like Bud Light after that. Like I figured I could drink if I drank enough Bud Light, then I could kind of shed some of this toxic masculinity and become more feminine and a well-rounded individual.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
every time I drank Bud Light, I woke up. I would pass out. I would drink it until I passed out, and I woke up wearing my girlfriend's lingerie. And I'm like, "What the fuck happened?" Oh, hey, hey, honey. She brought me a beer. I didn't have to yell for it. You know why? Because she's downstairs watching me because I'm live. You want to say, "Hey, everybody"? No. All right. I have a fresh beer. I'm so
Dang,
lucky.
dude.
I'm so
Dang.
lucky.
I'm out right now. I'm just about. I'm gonna have to stand up and physically go move there. I might be able to. Hang on. I'm gonna try to use the force. All right, it's not working right
Of
now. Oh, I
course.
see. I see VK. Hey, what's up, VK? And thank you, Dave
BK.
for
What's
telling
up,
me
my
to turn on the
brother?
sound.
Man,
I
that is one of
appreciate I appreciate your Patreon, VK. It opened up my reality to a lot of things, dude, and just how you've been going at it for so long in your like when I was checking out some videos as I was driving around for my job, so I always try to have something in my ear. And dude, you have so many videos and so much content. So thank you, and everyone check out his channel. Like he seriously is a wealth of
them.
knowledge.
Well, now that you plugged him, we need to put a link to his channel and his Patreon in the description.
Okay, that's
But
gonna definitely happen.
yeah.
Um,
So
he's got a
L,
link
when
to
I
his.
look at you on the video, it's like your
It's
face
just this
chopped
right
off.
here. I know. I know.
All I can see
It's
is your chin, bro. So can
no,
everybody
no,
else
you're
actually
good.
see you?
I promise you. I promise you. On the other screen, we're good. It's just a little rough. Honestly, man, I messed up how this phone thing is. It's just tech support. And dude, that shit happens. You know what I mean? I'm gonna freaking one day it's gonna be golden. And I don't give a shit. Because if it's magic, dude, or it's anything in life, I don't give a fuck, bro. Because maybe it'll be bad next time, but it will be perfect at one point. I'm gonna
All right,
get
bro.
more light. I've been learning from my brother. I'm about to plug that right now. CaliMuscle.com. Check that out. You will be able to get your social media to be able to go way up higher and learn the hacks of social media on all different platforms, as well as talk to them live once a week. And I'm not just saying this because my brother's hyphy whitey. I am saying this because if you see the things within me and JS's channel, it really is able to help boost and show all of your content to the world. And honestly, at this point, with all the people we're trying to compete with, and it's a big thing in my mind, bro. Like I like the conversations that we all have because not only are they authentic, but they're actually magic based versus the BS that's out there that's like a little sparkle of light work. And they're like, oh, I read this book, and then like they kind of halfway, it's kind of like some sparkle fairy stuff versus like the actual hardcore, rudimentary, as well as dark, talking to, the demonic gatekeepers or whatever it may be, whatever it takes to get the results and actual effects of spirituality versus, just a little bit of white light's going to change everything,
Yeah,
so.
well, I was glad you elaborated a little bit on that because I was like, what's he talking about? Who we're trying to compete with? Like, dude, like, yeah. I mean, as far as competing with anything, I would just say like it's like a revolution of consciousness. That
Yep.
we've got this whatever this force is that wants to suppress consciousness, and we've got this adversarial force that wants to help us open that consciousness.
Yeah.
But yeah, we catch a lot of hate, man, and it wouldn't be from the areas that you think it would be from. Like I figured whenever I started like talking about this shit publicly, or dropping the deification around on Become a Living God, or publishing an article in one of their books or something like that, like I figured I would get a lot of hatred and flack from the Christian community, and even the Muslim and Jewish communities. You know, like I figured like mainstream religion, like I'd automatically be like hated and fucking attacked for it. You know, and I'm not saying that they don't like hate us or disapprove us, but the only like attacks that I've received after talking about this stuff publicly or putting out information are from other occultists, man, other black magicians that like are supposed to be on the same side. You know,
Yeah.
it's like we're the ultimate minority. Like we were born canceled. Like they say, you know, and I'll use the term Satanist very loosely. I view the term Satanist as an adversarialist, as somebody that says, "Fuck you, I'm not going to bend over for you. Fucking kill me if you have to, but I'm not bending over for you." It's like people that just don't take any fucking shit or believe any bullshit. That's the adversarial mentality. That's the anarchistic, satanic mentality. The definitions of all of them are all like identical, using different words. I mean, like, all we want to do here is experiments, for one, because that's really all this is about for me, is like figuring shit out and pursuing my passion and making a living doing it too. Like that's
Mm.
fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking crazy. But even if I didn't make a living doing it anymore, I would still like devote the same amount of time and dedication to the shit that I'm doing, like the stuff I'm trying to discover. And you're really the same way, along with every other person that I know of that practices these art
Yeah.
forms. I think it's really like we should just call it martial arts. You know, it's like, you know, metaphysical martial arts versus physical karate or whatever. You know, it's a martial art.
Mm.
You know, it's a self discipline, and the people that actually use this stuff and practice it and manifest better things in their lives, all the ones that I know are happy, man. And doesn't mean we don't take hits, because we've taken some big fucking hits from, you know, EA's taken a major hit from the fucking media, you know, things like that. I've taken major hits from people I've trusted. You've taken major hits from people that have never met or spoke to you, that, you know, have an imaginary relationship with you on the astral plane. Like, fuck, we are crazy magnets, man. Like, we are a magnet for fucking crazy shit. It's because
Mm.
what we do is crazy, but god damn, dude, it works, man. So that's why I keep doing it.
Well, it is at the once you start tapping into that current, because the people who are really authentic with it, I've found have that same undercurrent of liking testing different things and finding new ways to incorporate the gnosis that they're getting in a positive way, not just some BS. I heard this thing, so I am now the prophet of blah blah blah. It's like an actual change of your consciousness and makes you become something greater in not only your own life, because it is about like becoming that king or queen in your own life to have your own, authority in things. But you find that as you're tapping into that, you are finding yourself to be evolving to thinking about humanity as a whole, or even just where you're at and bigger changes that can be made. So it's not just a ripple around your life, it's around like reality itself and pushing the limits to that. And that's what makes this path the greatest path, because why would you want to stop and have limitations? I mean, as I'm writing right now for this one process I'm going through, the word that keeps coming up is limitations, and literally trying to find a way to remove that word from my codex, my mind, because why would you want to have that word in there when we can be prosperous and limitless? And I think that that's what black magic and radionics really is all about, dude.
That's a deep thought, L.
we're going there. You know
That's
what?
the
I
deep
actually
thought.
I gotta change this shit right now. Hang on, everyone.
Whoa, whoa, what are you changing, man? What are you changing?
It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. I gotta change this video. It's it just looks like shit, dude. It really looks bad. Um
Everybody
so
can still hear us though, right?
yeah, we're good. We're still
All right.
good. We're still good here.
We got any
All right.
questions?
Well, that
Ed, is EA ready to come on yet?
so with EA, he's not. I've already sent him the invite, and he's just not joined in on this stuff yet.
Yeah, he was wrapping up something. That's why
Yeah.
he's asking how late we were going to be on. He's trying to figure out if he should plan to come on or not.
Oh, so I'm honestly ready and good to stay on. I just have to rock a pee, and then I can keep on going.
All right,
Um.
bro. Hey, we'll take an intermission here. I'll do a buy this gun segment.
Yeah,
All right,
please do. Please do.
I've already advertised this once before, but I cannot say enough how this is the most badass, awesome, amazing pistol that I've ever owned or fired. This is the new steel frame Smith and Wesson M&P 9mm competitor. All right, it has a widened mag well for fast reloads, so it doesn't have to be lined up perfect. I can be off like a cunt hair and still get the mag up in there quick. It's made for shooting competitions, and it has a hair fucking trigger. Oh, and I can hit shit with this gun that I've never been able to hit with any other gun. My favorite pistols are Glocks, but I can't fucking hit some shit at 100 yards with a Glock. All right, especially not like a Coke bottle or whatever. But this motherfucker is accurate. So you can get it for about, I don't know, roughly $900 before tax at any of your local gun stores. That's my buy Smith and Wesson M&P segment. Those
Oh,
motherfuckers don't
perfect.
pay me, but they should.
You know what? So, I'm just gonna throw this. I'm just gonna throw this in there. If you start making content that's really like looks solid and you're talking positive about like a product, I'm about to do this with a couple different mushroom drinks that are not those type of mushroom drinks like
Okay.
chaga mushroom, turkey tail,
Kombucha?
and reishi. Yeah, and
Kombucha?
all of them and all of it's inside of one type of drink, and it's super healthy. And if you start shooting stuff where you're like, oh, test this out, you can get yourself sponsored pretty quick, honestly. So, you know how cool that would be, dude. If a part of it was like, all right, check out these guns. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
you've
want
ever
to be
seen Black
sponsored by Smith
Rambo.
and Wesson. Fuck yeah. We'll put the Master Key on a special competitor edition, like a little emblem right there. And, only make like 10 of them. And it'll be worth millions of dollars in like 5 years.
That dude, that's what I'm talking about,
That'd
bro.
be
That actually sounds badass as shit. Make a whole new line of guns with different sigils of different entities. But I hope that no one buys it. That's a psycho. So we don't want to get ourselves in any trouble along those lines. But those are everywhere. Those are
I think we got
everywhere.
more psychos in the world now than we ever have.
I agree. I agree full heartedly with that.
Yeah, dude, it's interesting to watch the news for sure.
I don't know if it's the reaction to a certain thing or if it is just people not at this point having decades of just brainwashing and they don't have anyone as they're growing up to look to get, grow good fruits from, the whole family unit, or is it the mind control that's now in the children's shows? I mean, it was going on back then, but it's even worse now. Like, there's a lot actually as a collective it's actually pretty mind-blowing. And that's why I like this field too, because it's literally the opposite of that. Like, this is actually in search of something greater, like, as well as you have to dive into ancient history to understand how certain pantheons or certain ways magic systems were used. I just feel like this gives your spirit a fulfillment, and that's why I like it so damn much. But I was gonna hop on here, and I wanted everyone to hear about another ritual that JS is gonna have out. It's gonna be your rite of Belial, and whenever that write up is out and everything, I just just speaking about what had changed for me within 24 hours of having this right done, and how much stress I was going through because of, he was mentioning earlier, certain people making up stories that weren't true on the astral plane, and other situations that were going on that just seemed to be going on for years. And it was to a point where, who else to destroy the chain of BS other than Belial? And JS, I remember him having this right on there with Belial, and since all the BS that's happened with lawless metaphysics and all that other stuff, he had taken it down. But I had asked him if he could do that right for me, and so I could see what the change would be of my own situation. And I went from like a 5% have to go through all these hoops in order to keep securing the place I was working at the time, to everything, all the paperwork has been taken away. You have a clear slate, and they are incorrect and made a lot of errors on all their paperwork. And that to me was mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. It felt like it almost went back in time during the situation that occurred when the person was writing up false paperwork. That like the paperwork itself got completely changed after this right was done. Like the right itself forges a new reality to where any of the BS webs of chains that try to oppress you tried to latch on, and it just snatched them all away, and really helped me out like to the next level, man. Like really, like that gave me so much security after having that right done, because not only is it like outside of my hands at that point, but it's to the lawless one. And a sacrificial right onto the lawless one is, I don't know if there's anything else other than hit up your lawyer and hitting up a while to get out of some bullshit. So like if you guys have any situations going on along that, definitely check out the right when it's up on the website, because that shit really was amazing, man, and has helped me feel stress free the past month and a half. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And we definitely wanted to get on and talk about the different rights that we've done for each other. And that working with Belial, the one that we did for you, I used to, I had it on my old website, and it was called the Court of Belial. And my original website, jsgarrett.com, before it got crashed and yeah, everything else. And I whenever I put up my new website, Lawless Metaphysics, I did not put that ritual on there because I was going through a court case at a time, at that time, a divorce. And
Mm.
so the last thing you want is, your ex forwarding that write up and those videos to the judge and the DA the night before they make the decision on how to judge you, because they're going to be like, oh, you think you can influence me, motherfucker? Boom, hammer down on your ass. All right. So yeah, I took that shit off my website. All right, but now that's all over and done with, and I can put it back on. So there's a lot of different reasons that someone would want to offer a blood sacrifice to Belial. Obviously, the one that it emphasizes the most in most writings about him is legal protection, legal issues. Like to help you. He's the lawless one. He has no respect for the law. So he's, if the law is trying to come down on you, as long as he respects you and agrees to help you, then nobody works faster than Belial. I've heard of people working with him for retribution. I've heard of people working with him for finances. But the number one reason that I've worked with him, other than to save my ass from the corrupt justice system at one point in time, which is really what started me on this path, but to also help you in your day-to-day interactions and things that you have to do. Another thing that he can do other than help you with legal issues is to like he helps you give good presentations. So I'll tell you guys, like, I was extremely camera shy. I'm the most camera shy motherfucker I've ever known. Like, as a kid, I would not let you take a picture of me. Sure as hell couldn't make a video, you know. And so whenever I started, like EA was like, I want you to make a video with me, you know, I was just like, fuck, I'm gonna do this. So I seriously set up my altar for Belial behind where I filmed, and every single time before I would do a podcast with anybody, I would fire up that altar. I would charge and open the sigil and say, just help me not make a fool of myself. Help me not freeze up and trip over my tongue. Help me get the information out and put on a good presentation here. You know, and man, like he really helped me with that shit. So another thing that I can say about Belial is that as far as me personally, like, he's been my guide up on my personal path from day one. Like, I really think he's the ultimate guide along the left hand path, and the lawless one has dominion over all domains and moves freely between these different dimensions and domains and has all power everywhere because he does not submit to any type of authority whatsoever. He takes what he fucking wants. And all my path workings seem to begin with Belial, and he'll pass me off to someone else to work with for a little while, and then it always ends and comes back to Belial, and then, like, get my ass kicked before he picks me up, dusts me off, and says, "Now's this one. You know, here's the new one." Like, this shit, like, you know, if nothing else, walking left hand path, practicing black magic, studying radionics and science and quantum physics and doing experiments. It keeps me from fucking getting bored in life. It's what I like to do. And if it can be used to my benefit or to anyone else's benefit, then yeah, I'm going to share the information.
And that's once again, it like brings it back to the age that we're in. It's the age of giving your information and building that golden age. Like, why would they have so much suppression and holding back prosperity for where we're at right now? Like, why teach people you guys don't have abundance and you have lack when once again you can just teach about build a garden. If everyone has a little mini garden in their house, or if you really think about it, everyone have a couple chickens at their house,
Like
like
the weed garden.
yeah, the one with the tomato plants, man. But just like having an abundant mindset and finding a way to build nanobots that could eat garbage and then produce water. Like, why isn't our latest minds thinking about shit like that? Or making a car then that again can run off of water. Oh, wait, they did have someone that had that, and the day before his patent, he just so happened to die. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just saying, like, there is definitely objectives of like a greaterment for humanity that believe that us as a collective need to come together as building that consciousness to build something that's going to be outside of ourselves to be able to salvage what we have and to be able to heal anything that we have done. But I also believe that the plants and the whole cycle thing, well, that's a whole nother thing. But like when it comes to like this magic, I do feel like this is the first steps in like building that bridge to something outside of just us as technology, but like in interface, you know, with us with a like different like entities can work through the machine at like almost as an AI essentially. And they also work on this plane and other dimensions and such. And I believe that they're on the same frequency of desire of wanting to build that new world essentially, and that's why they're damned so much and spoken so much blasphemy about because they want to hold back and suppress. And that's why this whole going forward with everything, it is about giving all the information everyone has, our keys, and just give them out freely. And that was something on one of our calls we had, man, when we were talking about like, dude, I just put the master key out there. You've done all the work. Like that is truly it. Like we're just putting all of our work out there, and anyone who can see and apply that to their life and make changes, like you're doing every bit of the work. And I just believe as a collective, all of us bringing all of our treasures of information out to the public and be able to have everyone have those is going to be the best way for everyone. But till then, we have to have just a couple of our own little tangs that go on our stuff. You know what I mean? But other than that, I do like that expression of it, and that's also why it's cool with your new Patreon. And I'm gonna have a new Patreon dropping here is for those videos that we can't just put out on the internet. Like it don't matter who the unless it's Odyssey, you could probably get away with a bit more, but still, like the cancel culture, now we can actually
Fuck
show
yeah,
you
cancel me if
every
you
bit. What's that?
can. So fuck them, cancel me if you can. You just gave me a fucking migraine, dude. You just made me blow a gasket in my brain, comprehending everything you just fucking spit out, right? Dude, was that like a deep trance high thought or what, dude? Like fuck, like you touched on so many different goddamn things,
Okay,
and then bounced between them, and then brought it all back around to circle it. I was just like, my nose started bleeding almost. Like I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Hey, dude, we wrapped it on back. No. That's a core, and like I'm not just saying it's like that is actually a core principle of why I am doing what I'm doing, because I do believe as a collective that's gonna be the echo that we are building right now, and that like conventions, for instance, a year from now we pull something along those lines, because everyone's wanting to learn a higher level degree of magic and stuff, and you build more of that conscious base and realizing what a radionics box can do, dude. Like everyone would want one of them if they knew what they did. I'm not just trying to like, oh hey guys, get yourself on. No, like seriously, like the enhanced vampire box is the coolest thing. I can't believe the technology of what it is, to the simplicity of using it, what it's done for me, dude. Like with working with spirits, for instance, I could just have 4 different planets and then put their sigil in there and be like, can you bring about this change, and flip that switch on, and it's like a freaking oven that's just like constantly baking up that energy. So just stuff like that, dude, to the stuff we're talking about. Like I really feel like we all are, everyone in this chat is part of that prosperous future, and applying all these principles are going to be able to unlock new things that we didn't know were possible and make the golden age here. So, oh, there we go. Part two on the golden age,
I was
everyone.
gonna say, man, like you already fucked everybody's brain bad enough the first time, right? You just did it again, dude. You just doubled down on that shit. Nah, you're too much fun, brother. I fucking love doing these lives with you.
Hey, man, I should have had these on, man, because then it would have been like you're in the Matrix, which I hear all the time. I love your glasses, and that's when I yell out, it's time to get the red pill and break out the Matrix, and then they
Hey,
love it.
I just watched the last Matrix. Hey, there we go. Here he is. What's up, brother?
Oh, no way, dude. All right, hang on. Get him show on stream here. Dude, how you doing, brother?
He's like, I knew you play something. We got to jam sometime. Turns out this dude's a lifelong musician. He's also a magician. I found out today as we're jamming together. But because he comes over, I bring him into my temple and we start setting shit up. And he's all, "What? I love this." And I'm all, "Dude, I'm glad you said that, because most people, that come in from off the streets run the other way." So, but you do jammed with him, fucking like from about 2 p.m. Now it's about 8 p.m. So we've been jamming all day long and having a blast with it. And then you guys hit me up. So this is awesome. My fucking moral of the story is, are we live? Are people listening to this?
Yes, we are live.
Cool. Yep, so my moral of the story I want to share with everybody. say yes when opportunities come your way. It's uncomfortable because the first thing I had in my mind, I was like, dude, I just want to stay home and play Skyrim. I don't want to fucking deal with somebody jamming with me and shit. And then I was like, you know what? But I love playing music, and I've always wanted to fucking just jam with this dude. So why not just say yes? So I'm like, yes. Then you hit me up, and I had the same thing where I was like, that lazy little bitch inside of me was like, no, just go tap out and go play Skyrim. Dude, you know how many times I've played fucking Skyrim? I don't need to play that game right now. I would rather spend my time with you. But there is that lazy little bitch that tries to tell me to bitch out every time. I got to kick its ass and tell it, no, I'm going to do what I really fucking want to do. So
I
fuck,
love
they should
Well, dude, it's so awesome to have you on here with us,
man.
man. We was not expecting to have you, so glad to have you here.
Yeah, what's the conversation? What are we talking about, guys?
Okay, so first of all, L just made everybody blow a fucking brain fuse. Like, he went off on a tangent and like touched on every crazy subject that we talk about, and then brought it full circle, and then gave me an aneurysm. But before that, we were talking about different rituals that we've developed and the craziest experiences that we've had with them. Elle and I have done rituals for each other, like the Juggernaut, the deification, things like that. You and I have done the same thing, and you and Elle have done the same thing. So we've all done rituals for each other, and like, we were just talking about some of the experiences that we've had with that.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Well, and that's even interesting. The fact that like all three of us are just not content with shit. I don't know what it is about us, but like we want to experiment and push things to the edges and see, well, this one didn't break me. Let's see if I can do one that breaks me wide open. Because for me, when you say intense, like that's the shit that is for me that like afterwards, I'm like, I fucked up. I went too far. I shouldn't have done that. And then you learn and grow. And those are the awesome ones. Because it's like, what's the fun of a roller coaster if you don't sometimes have the chance of flying off of it,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the
There's
thing
no
with
real
Beelzebub.
risk and no real danger, then you're not really putting anything on the line.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. When you're going all out, whether it's putting blood on the sigil or even the cocoon of Beelzebub, like that whole thing, that's when I felt like I went too far. That was the first time in a long time I was like, that was too much. And then I was like, dude, I can't do this. I can't be symbiotic with this. Wait a second. And then I started to understand it as time went on. But through the process, it's like, did I go too far? But then it is something about not being content, because I believe we all have a foreseeable desire for the change that we want, not only in our lives, but the collective humanity. We're not going down there again, JS, but essentially we all do want to make those ripples of the change of not only our lives, but the people who we care about around us. And then through coming together and bringing all of our keys together instead of hiding them, and everyone having them, we're really building that energy of the collective of bringing about that golden age again. So like that's why I feel like we're not content, is because there's this constant fire of furnace of, you guys are like, you're getting it. Here's some breadcrumbs, but keep going, because now we're upgrading. Oh, here's a new thing about Radionics box. Or, oh, let me add this into my ritual, because like I had my Juggernaut rite, which had a sacrificial rite. Now I did it without the sacrificial rite. But now the result is the exact same, other than, probably how long it lasts. That's probably about the only difference. But it's still the exact same. And so I just think it's just about us quenching that fire of desire that has been placed within us by these spirits we work with, as well as, whatever our higher consciousness is. But that's why I feel like it's keep fucking going and don't stop.
Yeah. Well, what's really crazy too, when you're doing any kind of group work, when you're working with anybody besides just yourself, one other person, 5 people, 20, it doesn't matter. When you're doing any kind of group work and everybody is like at their own homes doing their own shit, and then we all come together, what's really crazy is we start coming to some of the same revelations. I don't know if you guys have talked about this at all, but there's a group ritual that we want to invite people to do in April with us. And with that, that's one of the big things that, like, we all just kind of started putting the pieces together, and it's like we all had a piece of it. We all knew exactly what we needed to do, and we just needed to say the words to each other and get each other on the same wavelength and go, oh shit, we're thinking the same thing. Of course it's going to be this ritual. And that's the thing for me that really proves it to me, that it's like this isn't just me and my imagination, that I can get together with 2 other people, and 3 of us can all connect on exactly what needs to be done. And then when you actually do that, following through, the power is just unstoppable. When you catch the vision with multiple people, you're all catching the vision and you're following through. All you got to do is put the pieces into place, and fucking the whole thing just happens. Yeah. When you're trying to force it with your own will, this is one of the really interesting things, because like the idea of your will, that's a really powerful thing, especially in black magic. But there's almost something that when you release your small will, maybe to your higher will, I don't know how to phrase it, but it is like a dropping of that and just letting go and receiving. That's when you really hit the real power, is when it's not just you.
Like dropping the microcosm onto the macrocosm.
Yes. 100.
Now, I had spoke about this a little bit before, but I just want to mention to you, EA. I had written down for the past 4 months, group right - Pazuzu. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, when I was thinking about that, I was thinking about a hurricane of water. And that hurricane of water was like a protection as well as a clean out of something. But I was thinking I have to do this right before I go out there, because, ritual resistance is a thing. And also, when you do rites for other people, sometimes you take on some of their extra things along with that or whatever. But then when we were talking about this rite, I'm just like, Pazuzu, another mask of him is Beelzebub, one of the 9 demonic gatekeepers, and bringing about, like, wow, pulling that out of them and then pushing that onto everyone else. And then JS talking about what the triple R rite was before that he did, and how that was like the exact same thing. So I think you're absolutely right. It's like there's a micro ideas, but then there's the macro ideas, and there's like the undercurrent of that, like, energy. And once you're all tapped in and it syncs up, dude, that power level's next level, and you can't plan for that. It's just like something that naturally flows out of taking action.
This is why I'm always harping on this whole personal gnosis thing. Do not let the fact that it's your personal gnosis stop you from pursuing it and from saying it out loud to somebody else who might be having the same gnosis. That's how you verify what you're experiencing. And for me, like, I mean, sometimes, every now and again, I do a spell and the result comes so intensely that I can't deny it's magic. But most of the time, it's coincidence. Most of the time, I get inspired to do something, I start doing it, and it pans out. But it honestly is like, for me, it's like when we do start drawing plans, like for this Triple R event, it is like it's just coming together. It's just it already existed, and we're just receiving it, and all we got to do is trust ourselves enough to say it out loud to each other and say, "Hey, I know this sounds kind of weird, but." And yeah. But what have you guys already chatted about that with the group and thrown out information about that ritual? Because if not, I'd love to talk about it.
Not yet. I've spoken with you about it, and then I spoke with Elle about it yesterday and today. And I mean, you thought it was a great idea. He thought it was a great idea. Like, and I think that like we're each going to bring a different aspect to this. We have a foundation of the idea that we want to do in this group, right? All right, and so each of us are going to bring our own fucking personal badass to it, and our blood as well.
Yeah. No, this is going to be a dark ritual for sure. One of the things I'm seeing with this is, at least for my part of it, what I'm seeing already is I need to channel all of the dark shit I've ever been through, anything that's ever traumatized me, anything that's ever hurt me, anything that's ever scared me, and fucking bring all of that energy through and use that as the channel. I'm going to invite anybody who signs up for this. If you've been hurt, if you've been abused, if you've been abandoned, whatever it is, bring that energy through and let it, use that as the channel for this ritual.
And regret. That's what's coming for me. Any regrets that you have, you pull that out and you put that in there, because it's a part of the exorcism of it.
Talk about that a little bit. Why is that important? It is, but I'd like to hear it.
Because Because as I've gone on my journey, one thing I've found is when you're not authentic, and whether that's in a conversation with a friend, someone on the street, or a spirit you're working with, you're not shining your true authenticity. And the mold that you have on around you doesn't matter because the light that shines through is what's going to matter. So why that? Because it's a way of getting that taking off of you some weight that you've been holding on to your entire life. You're thinking, and I'm just going to be honest right now with everyone. I've had things where I was upset I wasn't a better Christian while my father was around during his last moments of his life. And I've had regret of that because I've been like, wow, I wish I could have been doing these divine prayers. But I know in my spirit now that that's not my problem because this is my journey and who I am. And I find that whole system to be flawed. So not having any regret on who I once was or before, I was 23, I feel like I wasted so much time not becoming a greater conscious person, creating content, really getting after it, but instead being a simp and someone who would just try and chase tail. And so I've had regret, quote, for that. Or, too much weight, or maybe you've not taken care of your body to its best extent and you've been mad at yourself. So now you're kind of stuck in the same cycle. Maybe it's you can't have weight loss because you're like, oh, I wish I was. That type of energy is so toxic. And I feel like in our life anymore, we just throw the blanket on top of it or the carpet so we don't deal with it. But I think you got to deal with it. And that's a part of why when people drink or you smoke, whatever the case, they become someone else. That's because they've never expressed who they really were and they need to get that out. So that's why I feel like regret is the word that pops up for this right.
Dude, you know what? You're not wrong. I've been sitting here smoking. I just finished a beer. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how I stay skinny. Every day I wake up and I sleep naked, so I wake up butt ass naked, just like I came into this world,
That's exactly what I meant.
And I go stand in the mirror, I turn all the bright lights on, I say, "You are a fat, lazy motherfucker. Fat motherfucker, fuck you. You're fucking fat and you're fucking lazy. Tone the fuck up. Get the six pack. Fucking lift some weights and eat some salad, motherfucker." And dude, it works. Like, look how skinny I am.
Hell yeah.
Damn. Damn. This guy's time for his Patreon. If he's showing you that right here, wait till you get to see on that.
Bro, hey man, I'm sorry, L. I had to, man.
I love it.
Yeah, I had to.
No, there's a crazy little pattern though there that you kind of brought out of like, so at least through my life, I didn't weigh enough and I wasn't big enough, and so I'm gonna go work out and try to get bigger, and then I got too big, and then I'm too fat, and then I'm just hating myself for that. Then I start losing a bunch of weight, and then I'm too fucking skinny. Why did I do that to myself? And it's like, dude, like at some point you just gotta stop. Like with the self guilt trip about everything. One of the big things that for lately for me that's been coming through. So I do yoga every morning, and that's actually when it's first thing in the morning, and so I'll have whatever random shit just wants to bubbles up. And so sometimes it'll be like, feeling shameful about who I was in the past and guilty about this and that, the other, having regrets. And one of the things that I've turned it to is consciously saying, and look who I'm becoming. Through all that, look who I'm becoming. Like actually take stock right now. And I've been very clear because it's not look who I am, because that's fake. Because who I am right now, I can still see a million ways I can improve myself. But look who I'm becoming. And so it does actually reverse that. It's like, yeah, I've been through a lot of shit. I made a lot of really bad choices, but look who I'm becoming. And for me, that just turns it all around for me. Yeah.
That's why it's becoming, and it's not. It isn't part of the journey, and that's why it's so corny. People say, but like it's about the destination, not about. I mean, about the journey, not the destination. And so it's like really part of that process, and that actually for me helped me be able to live life with just a funner attitude instead of being so serious, needing this, that, and the other. And sometimes I'll post a video and I'm like, was that really that good? But at the end of the day, I don't care. most of the time I don't care if the comments are negative or whatever. Like, who cares? Like, it's just about having fun with that expression. And as I've just grown older, I've learned just how much I really don't give a shit anymore, because I feel like I don't have the fluoride in my brain. So why would I care about what a fluoride stare says to me? But that's just me.
Well, something you both just touched on was regret, man. And, you know, like I think that's like my biggest thing. Like, I have to sleep with a TV or a radio or something on at night, something, another voice or distraction to focus on while I go to sleep. Because if it's totally dark, even if I have a loud fan on or something for background noise, it doesn't matter. All I can think about is the shit that I regret and the stupid ass fucking decisions I've made in my past. And I need to like purge myself of that shit. And maybe that's why I felt like, you know, maybe this was a good idea to do this group right, the retribution, revenge, or recovery, whatever we want to call it, for lack of a better name. Like I need to purge myself of fucking regrets, man. I've taken revenge on those that I'm willing to, I guess. There's a lot of people that deserve it that I'm not willing to do it to, but yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
I just want to like obliterate all my past bad decisions and move forward and build a new life. That's what I want to do.
Dude, that really sounds like this is, there's a reason for everything, obviously, and you bringing that out like that feels like it's so spot on. And I know for myself, there's a lot of stuff that I want to detach from, you know, and there's so much people that throw stuff that we don't know, and the justification, I mean, that's like what we touched on earlier, like with King Asthma, they tell me justified rage is the best rage, essentially. And so being able to go through with this right, not only for ourselves but for everyone else, and knowing like whatever justice happens is because it needs to happen, that it's supposed to happen, and it's not just, once again, some petty stuff. This is some next level stuff, and you can really exercise that outside of you and make a change. So this is going to be awesome for all of us. I'm really like, even if we weren't doing this as a group, right, like I would want to be doing this. Like I couldn't change that for the world.
I need to do it for myself.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's fucking, and that's the thing. We all, pretty much everybody that's even listening to this conversation right now, we've all got a lot of dark shit. We've got a whole infinite well of fucking evil inside of us that we can pull from. Either evil that we've done, because I know, you know, that probably haunts me more than the evil that people have done to me is the evil that I've done to others, and maybe the ones that didn't deserve it, and the times I could have been better, especially to loved ones. That's the shit that really eats me alive. But yeah, we've got all that, and dude, I'm actually looking forward to because you know it's funny because this is revenge and retribution, but also like there is an, I don't want to like make promises to anybody, but what this feels like it's going to be is a bit of an exorcism of those trauma spirits and those energies, you know.
I think they're gonna literally be able to feel that shit being ripped out of them, and they were gonna amplify it and cram it up the ass of whoever did it to them.
Yeah.
And I already know we're gonna have all those extra radionics boxes with Doc out there. So like we're gonna have to add that in. Honestly, even a couple days before, I think we should every vampire box we got, just start charging the demonic gatekeeper sigils. Like just start feeding it energy right off the bat, and yeah, honestly, I feel like this is gonna be one potent one. I'm man, I'm ready for the surge of power and the change, 100%.
No, I gotta jump off with you guys. I really appreciate you inviting me on here. Thank you for this, and everybody sign up jsgarrett.net. Go and sign up for this desert oasis. This is gonna be off the chart. The fact that we're even doing this is a little crazy, and the fact that we're gonna keep doing it is even more crazy. So fucking yeah, go sign up. But thanks, guys. I love you both. Have a great night. We'll talk again soon.
We love you, brother. Thanks for coming on.
If anyone has any more questions, hop them in. Otherwise, we'll probably hop off here.
Did we ever get any questions?
Honestly, I'm not seeing anything. I'll go back through, but
I think everybody watching like has no questions at this point. Like they know what's up.
I think that's exactly what it is. Everyone did that. That's exactly what it is. We'll definitely have to keep if not every week, every other week, bro. We'll get something lined up for this. Just being able to hop on here for an hour. Probably every other week just to make sure we can lock that down because every week can be sometimes rough. But this is great. Just being able to catch up with everyone.
I think we should do a group ritual live every time we get on, like once every 2 weeks for a live stream.
Oh, it's like a DIY live in front of
like
everyone?
a DIY participate with us, and everybody that's on live that throws their name in, we throw their name in, and they do it with us.
Okay, so that's a phenomenal idea. That's going to be clipped. And anyone who has any specific type of group ritual that they think would be cool, drop that in the comments down below. And dude, yeah, let's actually do it. That'd be cool as shit, man.
It'd be fun as shit. It'd be fun.
It would be. It'd be fun. A
I
science
could totally
experiment.
get a wizard chubby off of doing that shit. Group ritual live, fuck yeah, dude. Everybody that participates is like doubling the power.
So everyone definitely want to be joining in on those. We'll let you know beforehand what spirit we'll be working with because we'll have a DIY live. And dude, that sounds awesome. I think that'll be something really cool. And between this next week, our Patreons will be out. His will be on JS Garrett on his website. Mine will be on my YouTube account. And you guys can hop on those. I don't know why I'm looking at this. And here's my camera right here. It doesn't matter. But hang on, let me look like that. But yeah, guys, definitely join in on those. Like that's also gonna be cool. We'll be doing a group right. He'll be doing his own. I'll be doing my own, and we'll have our own secrets inside of our videos. So definitely check that out. And thank you all again for being here and helping out with the tech support. It means a lot to me. I'm definitely still learning, but like I said, we're gonna get there one day, and so next time we'll be starting off even better.
Yeah, thank you to all of our friends who are watching and support our channel. Fucking hails. Hail the Infernal Empire. L, thank you, brother. Couldn't